现在我们请美国友人 Kerry Mundt 致辞。
Now, our friend, Mr. Kerry Mundt, will also say a few words. Okay.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank you very much for the great outpouring of support that has been given now that I see before me in this community compared with what I've seen on Thursday night in San Francisco for having the truth of what occurred in the 1930s and 40s in China and Korea and throughout the rest of Asia. You will see a very riveting performance given by Mr. and Mrs. Dubiao that will display the hatred, contempt, despair, and sorrow brought to life after 70 years. Let us not forget that this was sexual slavery on a mass scale. Let us remember some of these things that we hear today. One of the things that I would point out from that performance that I seen on Thursday was the display of one boy that was born from one of these women that told his Chinese mother that he was thankful that she gave birth to him. And he was so sorry for all the things that she had suffered. And after so many decades, he finally had said that to her, completely breaking down and doing so. There will be many other things like this that Mr. and Mrs. Dubiao will present. I would further want to add that the atrocities that were committed in Nanjing during the 1930s, Nanjing, China, were on a mass scale of murder. I remember seeing a movie, The Rape of Nanjing, back in the mid-90s. And one scene, opening scene in that movie, was about 5,000 or so Chinese people placed in a gravel pit. And after they were all in that pit looking up to see what the next thing was going to happen, there were machine guns set up all around the perimeter of that gravel pit. And firing commenced and did not stop for at least 15, 20 minutes until nothing moved. Those and countless other atrocities add up to 35 million being killed. The course of events, the current course of events going on is not towards reconciliation of those past events, but towards confrontation and possible war occurring. So it is a precious amount of time currently that reconciliation can be made possible. I also want to point out that apology should be more than just made by the Japanese government. It should also be made by the Emperor of Japan. The Army of the 731 Army in Japan, in Harbin, China, conducted biological testing on humans for purposes of knowing how to kill people more efficiently. This was done by the Germans. on the Jews. And this is also mass atrocities. May all these things be brought to light to the world, for if they are not brought to the light, greater atrocities on a far massive scale that will make the Second World War look like a very minor conflict will occur. Thank you very much.